Hey guys, I'm Ryan Wright.
And I'm Mary Russell.
Mary Russell, new to the channel. Met her on Brandi's after party for the Joker Harley Quinn thing she shot. I don't think you guys know about it. But anyway, she's a horror movie director and writer as well. She wrote and directed this short film called Carved. I saw the trailer. It's a really good trailer. You can check it out. There's a link right here. There's a link in the description box. Seriously, check out the trailer. We might be doing something together for this channel. So yeah. Collaboration, making horror things together. Speaking of horror, we're gonna check out from ScreenRant today, movie creatures that will give you nightmares. Let's see what their list is. One hell of an intro.
Who doesn't love a good movie monster?
Yeah, it's almost second nature.
From Nosferatu to the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, the world of cinema has a monster to suit the tastes of every viewer.
No tears
Kind of effects freak me out.
It's a waste of good suffering.
Anyone can make a movie about a vampire and call it a monster, but it takes some real talent to craft an abomination so grotesque that it's seared into the minds of audiences for life. Here are ScreenRant's 10 movie creatures that will give you nightmares. The Pale Man. Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, definitely.
Nobody working in film today knows what makes monsters frightening better than Guillermo del Toro. The proof? The Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth. A loose-skinned, child-eating creature encountered halfway through the film. The Pale Man sits at a dining room table laden with a feast meant to tempt del Toro's protagonist, Ophelia. She enters the Pale Man's lair with instructions not to eat anything she sees. So naturally she eats 2 grapes. The Pale Man gives chase, and viewers are right next to her throughout the terrifying
That was so scary.
Samara, The Ring.
That
Verbinski's
freaked me
remake of
out.
Japanese horror set a lasting trend with its release. After films like Scream, The Faculty, and Bride of Chucky soured us on slasher flicks, Samara was a ghostly breath of fresh air. Her appearance and creaky gait made audiences skin crawl. In the film's most famous sequence, she crawls out of a television set.
I don't like them.
This scene alone made her an immediate game changer. It also made most of the people who saw it wish they had kept their eyes covered. The Xenomorph. Alien.
Good.
The star of the Alien franchise deserves a high spot on this list. Despite the clones, it's still one of the most original and iconic movie monsters to date. Beware. You might think you're looking at some exposed piping in a spaceship's wall. But look again. The spiked tail and terrifying mouth-tongue thing can strike in an instant. By the time you recognize the Xenomorph for what it truly is, it's already too late.
Yeah.
The Babadook. Jennifer Kent created an indescribable antagonist in her critically acclaimed debut, The Babadook. Whatever form it chooses to take, it's always just the right amount of Don't be fooled by the creature's cartoonish exterior, including the mystery in its name. The minimalist design casts an unforgettable image that will not leave your head once you see it. Widow Mother Amelia lets the Babadook into her head, where he makes himself at home and terrorizes both her and her son. Tequila Vomit Monster. Poltergeist 2.
I missed that
Craig T.
one.
Nelson's character gets drunk and ends up swallowing a worm that's been possessed by the Beast, formerly known as Reverend Henry Keith. The Beast then possesses Steve. After a struggle, Steve expels the worm, which grows bigger and grosser by the second, before turning into a nightmarish, writhing tentacle. Mork. The Never-Ending Story.
Really?
Most people who saw Wolfgang Petersen's The Never-Ending Story as a child look back on the adventure with fondness and nostalgia. They might also recall the many nights they spent wide awake in bed, frozen in fear, unable to get the leering grin of the nihilistic werewolf Gmork out of their minds. The Never-Ending Story is not a scary movie by any means, but Gmork, on the other hand, is an incredibly scary monster. It's safe to say he's responsible for more than his fair share of nighttime terrors. Demon Mutant Nazis, an American werewolf in London. These incredible creatures crop up in a nasty dream sequence partway through John Landis' werewolf movie. David Kessler survives an attack that leaves his friend Jack dead. In a dream, David and his family enjoy an evening at home that's interrupted by demonic beasts unmistakably wearing Nazi uniforms. They execute David's mom, dad, and younger siblings before killing him. The dream is packed with meaning, but most of all, the monsters manage to be as memorable as the film's real star, which is an accomplishment in itself.
I love that movie.
Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Any list with the word nightmare in its title probably has space for the king of nightmares himself. He might not fit the monster category, but he's definitely monstrous, and boy does he know his way around a bad dream.
the way she runs.
He also knows how to have fun, though his idea of fun tends to be fatal for everyone involved. Freddy can't harm his victims in person, but he's creative, and he gets his amusement from suffering, unlike his emotionless, masked 1980s slasher film competition. Other maniacs kill and move on, but Freddy takes his time to get every ounce of terror and laughter out of each kill.
Come to Freddy.
The Chatterer, Hellraiser. Now one for those who view the dentist chair as the most terrifying place on earth. You can watch every single film in the Hellraiser franchise and pick any number of unwholesome themes from each, and most would fit the criteria of this list. But the Chatterer sets stomachs twisting with a single glimpse. He's the definition of grotesque, with clacking teeth and a stretched face. The very sight of him means that your number is up, and you're off to an eternity of torment, every bit as disturbing as you might expect. Brundlefly, the Fly.
Yeah.
Brundlefly is the horrible end result of a series of unfortunate scientific experiments in David Cronenberg's The Fly. But it's simpler just to say he's downright gross. It's not Seth Grundle's fault he winds up as this monstrosity.
No!
His meddling with nature cost him his ability to reason as a human. Seth responds to his most primal urges. He puts an arm wrestling opponent in a sling and dissolves another man's hand and ankle with corrosive vomit. If Seth's plan to turn himself, his lover Veronica, and their unborn child into a single entity wasn't the last straw, the melting and the puking probably would have been. So what do you think of our list? Did we miss any nightmarish movie creatures? Let us know in our comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.
I'm not as used to horror as you are. Like, I've seen most of those films, but just seeing like a bunch of the images of like their creepiest ones from those movies.
I like the gore of him taking off the nail. That was my favorite.
In The
part.
Fly?
Yeah, in The Fly.
Dude,
yeah,
I hate nail
that
stuff.
was the nail. Torture and torture. Torture porn.
Why, are you into that? Kind of. Fuck, man. Dude, no, man. The nail falling off was just too fucking much for me, dude. The Fly, I remember watching that. I saw that when I was young, and I thought it was a fantastic movie. It's one of those creature features that's like genuinely like a classic in my opinion. I think it's like a great Hollywood film overall. Not just a horror film, but just a
great put together.
Yeah, just a wonderfully put together film. Jeff Goldblum's great in it.
Yeah.
Did you see Pan's Labyrinth?
No.
Oh, you missed Pan's Labyrinth?
Yes.
I've even seen Pan's Labyrinth. I'm smart. It's in Spanish. I saw it with English subtitles, but I understood it. That creature, I remember watching that in the theaters, and I was flipping out. Every time that creature the pale monster, got closer and closer to the main character, freaked me the fuck out, because it's got eyeballs in his hands.
On his hand, yeah, that's what I noticed. I was like...
One thing I noticed about this list, every one of the creatures, practical effects.
It's all practical, it's not visual effects.
Yeah, we need to get back to a day and age that's really about practical effects.
I'm surprised that they didn't mention more of the classic horror films like with Werewolf or Dracula or Nosferatu. Like, I mean, they mentioned it a little bit in the beginning, but they didn't touch base on that like in the video.
Right.
That's what I was kind of surprised at.
But I feel like the creatures they chose are more frightening.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And they were able to describe it a lot more. I'm more of a classic girl.
Gotcha.
As you can tell. I'm just kidding. Oh, The Ring.
The Ring.
The fucking ring. The fucking
dude.
ring.
I remember the first time I saw that.
I can't.
That freaked me out so much. So that was one of those movies that I saw. I must have been in like 8th grade or something. And when I saw that movie, I had those images in my mind. And wherever I went, I would just imagine that fucking girl appearing in like my mirror. You know what the worst is? When I would go to take a shit and I thought I'd be in the shower. Like, oh fuck, I should have checked the curtains, opened them before taking a shit. Because now I'm scared that she's gonna appear.
When I first moved here, I lived in Tarzana and I had cable and I didn't have Netflix or any of that stuff, and every single time I turned on the TV it would have that effect, and I just can't, I can't do it, I can't.
And when you finally see her face, like,
I know.
her face is terrifying. It's like...
People have compared me to her, which I don't.
No!
Like, I can't be compared to that.
That is not nice to do.
I know. Like, they're like, you know, Mary, you kind of remind me of...
Not cool. Not cool. You should never tell someone that. No. But I see what they mean. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Well, I can see that.
The classic Alien, yeah, that's pretty creepy. Yeah. You know, when I went to the maze at Universal Studios.
No, I was about to mention that actually. That was my favorite maze.
It was my favorite one, the Predator and Alien one.
Yeah.
And the Alien, seeing it, the design, especially the Queen Alien, That was fucking scary.
Insane.
Like,
insane.
I've seen all these movies, but seeing it in real life was like way more scary.
I
Like,
loved the Halloween Horror Nights version of that.
It's the
like
best.
the interactions and the what are they called? Where they latch onto or
those like squid
yeah,
things.
yeah. Like 5 people in a car had those things on.
Yeah.
Just going like insane.
By the way, I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights in October, so I'll let you know what date I'm going. You guys should meet up.
Yeah.
We should meet up. We should meet up. I never caught Poltergeist 2. Did you see it?
I did not see that movie, but that worm looks
That
absolutely
worm-
disgusting.
It makes me kind of want to watch the movie.
Yeah, I would watch it.
As
I would watch
I don't know what the general overall consensus is of how people feel about Poltergeist 2. I don't know if people like think it's like one of those shitty sequels or not.
Yeah.
But the effects there looked really good.
Those look pretty amazing. Those look like practical.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. It looks absolutely disgusting.
Freddy Krueger is one of the more interesting creatures to me that they chose for this list because
He's not really a creature.
Yeah, he's not really a creature.
He's
not
a
really,
human.
He's a burnt victim, like ghost anomaly. I don't know what the fuck he is, but
He's more of a dream sequence, and he comes to you in your dreams, and he's supposed to be a nightmare.
yeah.
He's not supposed to be a creature.
But I could see at the same time why they put him on the list because what makes him feel that way is the terror he creates, you know?
Yeah, I think that's understandable. I think that they should have included more of the classic people again, like Frankenstein and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, like...
But that's more of a universal. Like,
yeah, and I'm assuming
these are
that,
more general alien-like creatures that are included.
Yeah, I'm assuming these are more for an audience today that would be scared of it.
Yeah.
I know when they first showed Frankenstein, like, people were running out of the theater.
Yeah, and screaming. Yeah.
But nowadays, you show Frankenstein, no one really give a shit. Like,
No.
you know, the creature from Hellraiser, though, I don't.
No.
Yeah. Oh god, that was gross. The fucking. It looks like a vagina with like really bad STDs. That part of the STD is you grow teeth. Let me take a photo of this one shot. This is the vagina that we're talking about right here. Oh my god. Yeah, it looks like someone had a penis and then someone captured them and tried surgically.
Long night of fucking. Have you seen teeth?
Yeah.
That's very, very similar to what it looks like.
Yeah.
What I imagine it would look like, because they don't show it in.
This is a really gross image.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
Beautiful, brilliant. I love how fucking practical effects do that to you, man.
I recently got braces, so that like makes me feel like.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
That's how I imagined when I first got braces. What it would look like.
Okay.
No, never mind. I'll just shut up. I'm a weird human being.
You guys are new to the channel, you can subscribe to The Real Rejects. You can check out the trailer for Mary's short film, Carved. Carved looks good. It's like a Grindhouse kind of feel.
Yeah.
You should check it out. It looks
chicks.
really good. 4 hot chicks, bad guy. Who knows what's going to go down.
Yeah.
And you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Vine, and Periscope. She has a Facebook fan page too, Mary Russell. Check it out. Are there like cool photos on there?
Yeah, of me in my underwear.
Really? You're in your underwear?
Yeah.
Will your boyfriend get upset if we just quickly
Follow it right now?
Yeah, just
No, he won't.
just quickly look at it. All right, Mary.
Scroll down. Not that one. That one.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah,
You were a redhead at one point.
Yep.
Okay. This is good. This is good stuff. This is
this
great.
good content?
This is great content. More people will like you now. More people will respect you.
I'll get more respect on my page.
Okay. You need just more photos like that, and everyone's gonna.
And I'm good to go.
Everyone's gonna end up liking your page.
Okay,
like
okay.
this is great stuff.
Okay, good.
This is fantastic imagery. Anyway, good job.
Thanks. I know how to advertise. I know how to market. You know.
You really do.